I think it is going now, so it should be live pretty soon. Let me move this out of the way. See how it looks on my screen. Alright, let me just play with this a little bit. I don't think you guys are hearing the video. Let me double check. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me? Hey, hello. Welcome. We can hear you. Okay, awesome, great. So, hey, Lady Ambrosia, Angelina Velasco, welcome to my channel. The Chaos Candle, how is it going? Shadow Sun, Nicholas Craig Porth, a special shout out to him. I hope you're him. My apologies if I'm misgendering you. I don't think I've ever seen a picture of you, but I really appreciate you sending me this video. I love doing video responses to people. I'm out there sort of like as a public figure out on YouTube, so if people do video responses to me, it's to be expected. I don't think anybody's trying to bully me or push me out of YouTube or anything. But, it's fun. People have opinions. I don't know. Maybe it's the neighborhood that I grew up in, but, people give you shit. And then later on, years later, you might find out you become best friends. It's just, don't allow yourself to miss out on opportunities by completely shutting people out of your life. I guess if I was going to give you some wisdom, that would be it, because you never know. Things change, people change, situations change. So that was a totally shaggy voice. I love it. Okay. I didn't know my voice was shaggy. So alright. So we are going to watch this video together. I'm going to stop it and I'm going to respond to it. This lady, I assume it's a lady. I haven't played the video yet, but she thinks I'm a crypto Jew. I don't know what a crypto Jew is. I'm assuming it has something to do with money and Jews. This whole conspiracy with the Jews, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. It really comes down to this. I don't know. People are under the assumption that there's some kind of giant Jewish conspiracy to take over the world. I don't know. It's right up there with the Satanists, Luciferians, and Illuminati. So apparently we're all just, interchangeable: Jew, Satanist, Luciferian, pagan. It's all interchangeable. We all basically believe the same thing. We're all out for world domination. Anyhow, so I had to go down to the store and get some Elysian IPA. This is a great beer. I also want to apologize. I have a video that I'm putting out that I should be working on now, but I wanted to do this video response. It's gonna come out tomorrow, but hopefully it's gonna be worth it. I really tried to kind of push the envelope on this particular video, so I'm hoping it'll be worth the wait, because usually I try to put out a video every Wednesday, and this particular video I had to do a lot of research. Research really took the longest. It took several days, and it didn't take days, 24 hours of searching, but the time that I had to sit down and actually concentrate and focus and do a search on stuff, research. That's what it was. It wasn't like I was spending hours and hours and hours online. It was just, I only had certain times to do the research, and then I had to do the audio and re-edit the audio and whatever. You don't care about that. You know all the ins and outs. Most of you are YouTubers yourselves, so you know exactly what goes on behind the scenes. So let me just take a double check of the chat and see if everything is okay. Isn't he looking... Oh, you know what? That reminds me. The artwork. Somebody had sent me that little devil figure. That is a painting by someone who watches my channel, and they made a picture of me and sent it to me, and I haven't been able to figure out how to put it into a video yet. So I used it as this as a thumbnail for this particular video. I love that when people do art or something like that and send it to me. I love that. So if any of you have any art and you want to send it to me, please do, and I will definitely put it in a video or put it out there somehow. Let me see who... I'm going to have to look it up, and I'll put credit down in the description box. I'm going to have to look up their name. I don't want to open up my email right now because it'll go on. You'll see it on screen. My chat keeps on buffering. Huh, that's weird. Let me see what's going on with this thing. And is the screen black for you all? Let me know that, because you should be... Oh, no. Okay. So I guess it just started. Let me see if I can figure out what's going on with that, with the chat. Because it shouldn't be on slow-mo. It's probably my internet connection. That's probably what it is. Sorry about that. Yeah. Because I don't think it's on. Set up encoding. Live. It's set on live chat, and low latency. Yeah. So I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on with the chat. I don't know why the chat's going slow. Sorry. But let me just double check. Okay. Make sure you guys can see the chat. Okay, good. My chat. Yeah, sorry, Angelina. I don't know what's going on with my chat. It's just it's being wonky. That's the technical term for that. It's being wonky. So, all right. Let me see. Let's see. Did I go over everything I needed to go over? Announcement for the video. Video is coming out tomorrow. Thanks to, again, Nicholas Craig Porth for pointing this video out to me. I really appreciate that. Thank you to the person who sent me the artwork for the thumbnail for this. And I think that's about it. Let me jump into this video, and I'm going to stop it and respond to it, and hopefully you all can hear it. If you cannot hear it, please let me know, and I will see what I can do, because it's been a while since I've used OBS. So let me go ahead and play this video.
Hi, I'm going to make a quick expose. If you can hear me beyond my dog barking in the background.
Okay, good.
About a channel that I found recently called Hellbound Heathen. How I found him, I was looking to see if anyone had done any exposés on the Now You See TV channel, which features John Pounder, John Hall, David Carrico, and oftentimes
Oh, it's buffering. Yeah, so my internet must be a little slow.
Bill, former alleged Illuminati witch, Bill.
Experiencing interruptions? Find out why. Yes, I am. What is going on with my mouse? Seriously, this is ridiculous.
And I've discovered, and it's my belief, I've discovered that all of those guys on Now You See TV are crypto Jews. And they're just putting out disinformation to confuse the poor Christian who comes along, who doesn't...
I will absolutely agree with that. Yes, they are giving out very bad information. Do I think that it's a part of some kind of a grand conspiracy? No. I just think that they have an agenda, and I want to say they're fucking idiots. But I think that might be harsh and interpreted the wrong way. So, they are seriously mistaken about a lot of things. Let's just put it that way. They are seriously mistaken about a lot of things. And a lot of those things happen to be about my belief system, which is Wicca and witchcraft and paganism and occultism and all of those things. And they don't know anything about it. Mr. Bill Schnuffleupagus doesn't know a damn thing about it. He got involved in witchcraft a long time ago, purely for wanting to exploit people. And he was just like a wrecking ball through any person he met. And I've talked to people who knew him, and he was just an absolute, not face to face, over the internet. He was a egotistical nut, and it was like his way or the highway, and he knew everything and he didn't know anything. And so anyhow, so yeah, Now You See TV, well aware of them. If you've noticed, Now You See TV has backed off of doing a lot of witchcraft and occult videos. I don't know exactly why. And also Bill Schnoblin is not on their show much anymore. Actually, he hasn't been on their show in a long time. I don't know what is the exact cause of that. I don't know. Who knows what the exact cause of it is, but I'm definitely not disappointed. I'm not, if I don't do another video on Now You See TV for the rest of my life, I don't care. I really, really do not care. There are plenty of people out to do videos on. I don't have to do it on Now You See TV. But anyhow, let's get back to this crypto.
Bother to read the Bible for him or herself, and just enjoys getting all their information regurgitated to them from these who I think are paid disinfo agents on YouTube, much like Alex Jones. And I came across this guy, and he had a couple of funny bits, making fun of David Carrico, calling him like Jabba the Hutt, and doing a parody on Bill Snowabellin. And Bill Snowabellin has been so brazen, or foolish, probably both, in a couple of videos, I think it's more than one, to wear a yarmulke, a Jewish yarmulke. And here he's trying to claim he's a born-again Christian believer in Christ, and he's wearing a yarmulke, which is the beanie cap that Jews wear, for people that don't know the name of it, also called a kippah. And Bill Snowabellin and all these people on Now You See TV, they're all crypto Jews. David Carrico, in fact, Carrico is a known Portuguese crypto Jew name.
What the heck? Okay, if anybody knows what a crypto Jew is, please put it in the chat, because I'm lost. I mean, I thought I've heard a lot of the, conspiracy lingo that's out there. Anytime they talk about people's eyes going slant, they mean like reptiloids. Usually whenever they're talking about, let's see, what are some other, it's just little weird lingos that they use for things like FE for flat earther, they have their own language, but it's not that difficult to kind of figure out exactly what they're meaning. But I've never heard this crypto Jew thing, so I don't know what the hell that is. I'm assuming it has something to do with currency and Jewish people, but if anybody in the chat knows what it means, please let me know. So, what the hell is she talking about? Exactly, my point exactly, Shadow Sun. What the fuck is she talking about? The Red Devil wants to know, what do you think about guns and gun control? Oh, man. Oh, wow. Okay. Come into my chat and ask a light question. Jeez. Wow. There's a lot to say about that. Let's just put it this way. I'd love to get into that, but I really don't want to. I think controlling certain weapons, certain gun weapons, is a good idea. I think it should be difficult to get a gun. I don't think it should be impossible to get a gun. I think that you should be required to go through certain training, maybe even have an maybe even have an evaluate. I don't know. This is all hypothetical. I think we should make sure that people who have guns are people who are responsible gun owners. People who know what's going to be, who is going to be around their guns, where their guns are going 24 hours a day. So, if somebody wants to go in, purchase an AK-47 and go and shoot up a place, no, that shouldn't be allowed. So we should set up certain we should really think about it and make sure that we do things correctly. Banning guns and outlawing guns is not going to work. I mean, face it. Let's just face reality. The war on drugs has been going great for the past 80 years? More than that, maybe? We're not anywhere closer to it. So banning all guns is not going to work. I think that there's certain obstacles that we should put in place. Reasonable obstacles to put in people's place. So anyhow, enough with that. I'm going to table that, but I'd love to get into that in another time. Get back into this crypto Jew crazy lady.
And also my crypto Jew Illuminati family comes from the area of the woods. I think Pounder is in Evansville. I've got relatives in Evansville that are, multi-generational Freemason. And let me also say this while I'm making some extra...
So this is one of the things that drives me nuts about Now You See TV, and they will throw stuff around like generational Satanist, generational Luciferian, with absolutely nothing to back it up. Like everybody, if I came on YouTube and I said that I'm actually an Illuminati reptile from the planet Zophar, and nobody challenged me, I would really question YouTube. It's like, why aren't people questioning me? Why aren't they trying to say, you claim to be an alien from another planet? Do you have any proof for that? So, it's utter bullshit. Anytime, I remember when I was in a Now You See TV chat, and this was before I got banned, obviously, and people were talking to me because I was open with them. I said, hey, I'm a witch. I'm an occultist. I'm in your chat. I'm just here to kind of hear what you guys have to say. And I got into it with a couple of people. And I got into it with this one guy, and he said that he was a generational Satanist. And I said, what do you mean you're a generational Satanist? He said, because of his bloodline, his family line. I was like, so what line? What are you talking about? And I kept needling him, and he was just backing off, just saying, I don't trust you. I think that you're probably an informant for the Luciferian Illuminati or whatever it was. And I was just like, I really don't fucking care. I just don't believe you. And of course, obviously, eventually I was kicked out of their chat because I kept asking questions. Why this? Why that? What this? Why that? So dangerous to ask questions. Don't dare question. Just follow along and shut up.
Explanations. Freemasonry is for crypto Jews. Okay? Now, there may be a lost Gentile in the bottom there, on the lower degrees, that's used for publicity purposes. But Freemasonry is for crypto Jews who, because they're pretending to be Christians, they've hidden their Judaism. They go to their lodges to do what Jews...
Why would anyone have to hide their Judaism? I mean, if you're Jewish... Why? Who cares? I mean, why would you hide that? It's like people who say that, like they'll accuse, for example, let's say Beyonce of being a Luciferian Satanist. And I'm like, if she's a Luciferian Satanist, why doesn't she just say she is? And they're like, well, because people will know. It's like, yeah, a lot of people are openly Satanists and even openly Luciferians. So what? They're like, no. They're trying to keep it secret. It's like, why? Who cares? Who cares? I mean, there's people coming out of the woodwork claiming they're all kinds of things. Oh, man. All right, whatever. Let's get back into this.
Do at their synagogues, which is, number one, follow the Talmud or learn the Talmud, which is the Jewish book. That Jews have nothing to do with the Bible. Forget that. That's just publicity. Number two, practice Kabbalah magic, which is Jewish mysticism. And Kabbalah is like sorcery, witchcraft, magic, whatever you want to call it.
So the Kabbalah, there's several different versions of the Kabbalah. I'm sure most of you are sort of familiar with this or a little familiar with it. There's Kabbalah with a K, which is based upon the Hebrew version of it, I guess is the best way to describe it. Then there's Kabbalah with a C, and that is the Christian version of the Kabbalah. It's based on Christian mythology, Christian belief systems. And then there is Kabbalah with a Q, and the Kabbalah is more occult oriented. So it's more based on occultism. And so Kabbalah, QKC, in of itself is not a magical system. It's a way of perceiving levels of reality between man and quote-unquote God and all the various hierarchies from there. And then there's the three pillars, obviously, and then there's, the middle pillar, which most people go up. It's been a while since I studied Kabbalah, so I'm trying to get back, trying to remember stuff that I learned. And it's very complex. There's a lot to Kabbalah. It's not just, it's not a very easy system to understand. But it's usually used with tarot cards or meditation to go up the various levels. And it can take time to do it, especially the very first time you go around. But in of itself, it's not a magical system. You can use it in conjunction with meditation. You can use it in conjunction with divination. You can use it in conjunction with ritual. But in of itself, it's not a magical system.
And number three, worship Lucifer as their god.
Sure,
those are the three basic tenets of Judaism. And
I don't.
So
let's see. The last time I talked with a Jewish person about their beliefs, there was no mention of them worshiping Lucifer.
Anyway, I come across this fellow, Hellbound Heathen, and like I say, he does have some funny bits where he imitates Snowabellin. But I want you to read the discourse that he and I had before he deletes it. And I'm sure he'll delete it because I had left him...
this was that crazy person. This was that crazy person who... I remember this person. Yeah, I did delete their comment because they're fucking racist assholes. That's why I deleted their comment.
Well, first I asked him, and I'm going to see if I can bring this in a tiny bit. No, the other way. Closer. And I asked him last night's roundtable discussion, the reason discussions like that, like the one last night, aren't very fruitful is because the intellectual, I use that term loosely, playing field of the participants is not level. An analogy would be 10 people trying to critique a movie where none of the critics have watched the entire movie but only segments, which therefore yields a half-baked discussion. A question I have for the pro-Hellbound Heathen group is, are any of you Jewish? Do you truly know what is the definition of Judaism? Do you know what are the protocols of the Elders of Zion? Do Jews and Christians have anything in common? As 3 of the 4 are yes or no styled questions, I don't expect answering them to be too difficult. Please advise as I'm awaiting your response. Regards, Dagny, and So he responds, you are oblivious to the entire point of the discussion. The point of the discussion was to understand why Sniper Boy believed as he did. It was an inquiry, an exploration of understanding. The majority of the time was spent trying to understand, to reflect, to think, process the information, and then asking for clarification. What intellectuals are you talking about? I thought Sniper Boy handled himself very well. He was thoughtful and intelligent. You are always welcome to come to hang out and either explain yourself, ask questions, or just chat.
Yeah, so actually I meant to say you're welcome to join us, because at this point I didn't know that she was a racist, insane, crazy woman. So I said, yeah, sure, come into my chat and we'll talk about it.
So then I asked him, in response to the donut question, because he left a question on my discussion page that said he doesn't believe in the Illuminati, that it's all bunk, blah, 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 which we know it's not. I mean, you don't watch the Grammys on TV and watch everybody throwing all these satanic hand symbols and think it doesn't exist.
So this is the logic of these people. So, I'm going to make a very general statement here. So, all of these people believe that there is this crypto-Jewish, Illuminati, Luciferian, Satanist, Freemasonic. There's this group, this mass group that apparently are doing something to try and overthrow the banking system and the world, and somehow, anyhow, this is what their ultimate goal is, to take over the world somehow. And the way that they are using their resources to take over the world, this generations and generations, this goes back before the Bible apparently, because it's all satanic, it's all part of Satan's plan, you see, is to get people like Beyonce and Lady Gaga and R. Kelly, and I'm sure there's all kinds of people in their watch list of who they believe is part of this Illuminati conspiracy. But anytime they throw up the one eye thing, or they make any kind of a triangle, or basically anything that they would interpret as satanic symbolism or Illuminati symbolism, they believe that somehow they're telling people who are in the audience that I'm in the Illuminati, and I mean, it's like it's like, so what? I mean, okay, so you're sitting there and you're watching the Super Bowl, and Beyonce comes on and does this and does a dance and shakes her booty and plays her music, and somehow I mean, do you understand what I'm trying to say? It doesn't make any fucking sense. Who cares? I mean, how is doing this, like, are you all being hypnotized right now? Are you going to, let me take over the world because I'm an Illuminati informant? All of you right now, I want you to start worshiping Lucifer. It's like, oh man, this is absolute insanity.
So, and when he said that, I was like, oh, okay, I get it. This guy is just another Jewish disinformation person, much like the people he ridicules. And I found that to be more and more common. The crypto Jews ridiculing the Jews ridiculing the crypto Jews. It's all just theater to waste your time and to take you away from reading the Bible or doing more serious study where it would really help your education. So I asked him that about like I said, if you are a goyim, I have to truly haven't a clue what is happening in the world, do you? Not for nothing does the Bible say, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. See, forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children. That's just a
wow, what's going on with this? I'm sorry, my internet is just fucked.
Bible quote. I should have put this site in there.
My computer is so... I don't know what's going on. My computer is so slow right now. Urgh! What is going on with this thing? I probably have too many things open. Seriously, what is going on? I have Firefox, and I have this thing's driving me nuts. I have Firefox and I have Google open. I think it's too much for my computer. I also have Adobe Premiere open, which I should be working on right now, but instead I'm doing a video response to this fucking... Yes, I know it's... God damn, this thing is so fucking slow. I don't even know if I'm on air yet. Or if I'm still on air. Just close, you stupid. But my system is just, I don't know. Come on. This thing is so fucked. Yes, I want to close it. All I want to do is close it. Just close the fucking window. Yes, I want to close it. That's what I want to do. Oh my God, this thing is so fucked. Anytime you close Firefox, it just flips out. It just freezes your entire, or at least if it happens for me, it just freezes my entire system just to close, just to do a memory dump. My video card is dead. Or dying.